Hi guys, and welcome back to JDM Culture AE. Today we have Yusuf and his beautiful Toyota Chaser. So Yusuf, tell us, how did you come across owning such a beautiful classic?
So after selling off my first car, I always wanted something like a JDM classic car, but of course it's hard to find these in the UAE, and I took some risks. Even of course, first one is to convince my dad, but I finally got my hands on this Chaser, which is not a tourer, but there's something special about it. It's an all-wheel drive Chaser. It's an Avant 4. So when I saw this on the auction list, I was like, this is something very new. I've never seen an all-wheel drive Chaser before. It's only the rarely drive ones. So an interesting thing for me. And I was like, okay, this is going to be my project and I'm going to buy it and daily it. That's how I got it.
Awesome. You mentioned that one of the challenges, let's say, was convincing your dad. Could you walk us through how that went?
So, as a 20-year-old, I have a lot of things going on, especially studies, and I don't have a job. So, money is a very hard thing for me. But my dad, of course, he's supporting me in everything I do. He's, of course, interested in the cars I want to work on, this, that. But when I told him about my plan to get a right-hand drive classic 25-year-old car in the UAE, of course he was like, that's not happening. But then I showed him how these cars are pretty reliable than the ones right now, and owning them is pretty nice, and I'm not going for something too expensive. It's within our budget, and he agreed. And he agreed to the point that I also work on it on my own, and I don't ask him for anything else.
That's amazing. So as you said, because it's a Toyota, obviously it's super reliable. But since it's a classic, do you find that sourcing parts are difficult in this part of the world?
So it actually depends upon model to model. So this car, fortunately, it's a 3.5 grade car. So Alhamdulillah, did not have a lot of issues as when I got it. In fact, I dailied it on the same brake pads for around 6 months. Everything out. The only thing I changed was the motor oil and the radiator fluid. That's all. And it worked perfectly. In terms of parts, I would say there's still parts being sold by the Toyota genuine parts you can get for Al Futtaim or any Toyota spare parts store, because they're still common. And they're used in few Camrys, which on the much later generation for till 2010. And that's one of the big things, which was a big relief to find out about. So yeah, it's pretty easy. If you look hard, you can find them.
Excellent. I mean, as a car guy, you're probably always looking out for car parts everywhere.
Yes, for sure.
Excellent. How long have you owned the car?
So it's been almost a year, more than a year now, a few months more. I got it last year in 2024 in the month of February, after I sold off my first car. And yeah, I've been owning it since then, daily driving it every day.
So owning this for a year, has your dad's opinion on it changed?
For sure. After we got the car, he was still skeptical about how I'm going to drive this around, a right-hand drive car in a left-hand country. But when I told him that, you know what, you drive it, I'm going to get used to it anyways, but I want you to drive it because, of course, you were the one who helped me got it. His whole reaction changed. He was like, oh my God, this is so smooth. Even he felt like he was driving in India, because over there it's right-hand drive, and he loved it. As soon as he drove it, he loved it, and he's also interested in maintaining it, keeping it fresh, and yeah, it's much easier now.
Do you work on the car with your dad at times?
No, most of the work I try to do it on my own. My dad doesn't really know much about cars. Okay. It's only me, and most of the stuff the more major things which I can't do by myself, I usually just take it to a garage and I get it done there.
Understand. In the entire year that you've owned it, if you had to pick out one memory that would be your favorite memory for this car, which memory would you pick?
I would say when I took it on the Autodrome track during a classic car meet.
Okay.
It was a totally unexpected thing. I just pulled up and at the gate they saw my car and they thought I was part of the event, and they just let me in. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go along with it. And they gave me like some paper to like sign, because they said you'll be going on the track at like this time.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at my friend who was with me. I was like, oh my god, I'm taking this old stock car on the track. Of course, I pushed it a little bit, but of course it's stock, so there's not much you can do about it. But it was the best memory I have. It was also during almost a sunset time.
Okay.
And it was beautiful.
That's amazing. Okay. Being you're a 20-year-old with a classic car, it's not a stereotypical choice. What made you choose a Chaser over anything else?
So I would say there was a little bit influence of my dad over Toyotas in general. My dad has been like an owner of like so many Corollas over the past years, ever since I was born. And living in UAE, I've been seeing Land Cruisers and these Hiluxes and etc. All these cars. And my dad used to say Toyota parts are so cheap, and you can find them literally in like grocery stores also if you look enough. And that kind of grew on me. I was like, okay, I want to stay in Toyotas, and I'm a huge Toyota fan. I'm wearing their merch right now. And but I wanted something like a more JDM style. I used to watch a lot of like the old D1 series drift competitions, where Daigo Saito used to race his red JZX.
Yeah.
And that also, I was like, whoa, that is pretty cool. I need a car like that. And it's a 4-door, so yeah, it's practical, it's smooth, it's amazing, and it's actually a very nice luxury car to own.
Awesome. Do you feel like the Chaser has become a part of your identity now?
Yes, for sure, because I literally take it anywhere I go. Even when I'm going to work, I take it over there. To a garage, I take it over there. I'm going to university, I drive it every day. Everywhere I go, everyone's like, oh, it's Yusuf. Oh, they'll either hear my exhaust, be like, yeah, that's the Chaser coming in, that's Yusuf coming in. And of course, they keep on doing shoots with like different cars, keep on going to meets, and everyone's just like confused, like, oh, this guy's just bringing an Avant. And then they see the 4 back and like, wait, why does it say 4? What is this? This is something different. And then, yeah, and because according to me, I think it's the only all-wheel drive Chaser, because mostly they're all either the regular Avants, the GX, or mostly the Tourer Vs. I've never seen an Avant 4 till now. So that's also puts me up, because, oh, all-wheel drive car.
So guys, if any of you have an Avant 4, hit up Yusuf in the comments and link up, because he really wants to find, I think, another Avant 4. Next question is, you've owned it now for over a year. What all mods have you done to the car, if any?
So till now, it has a slight rust issue, but it's very minimal. I've almost got rid of all of it. The exhaust had a little bit of a leak, so of course I had to change it out. Put a new exhaust from the catalytic convert's original, but all the way a 3-inch exhaust with a free flow muffler. New rims, because the old ones were these old Steelies and they did not look good at all. So I changed that. They're on 18-inch work rims, work emotions, and I put a new intake so I can get the intake sound. And of course, I'm going to do more mods to it. So it's just step by step. And other than that, it's all just maintenance work.
It's awesome. I love how you explained the mods that you had on the car to me, because you spoke like a true car guy, where you said that, you know what, everything had an issue, so therefore I had to mod it. That was a proper car guy approach towards modding their car. I think, you know what, that has an issue. You know what, let me just put in a better part for that. That was good. Obviously, this falls in the family of the Mark II and the Cresta as well. Was there a specific reason that you decided to choose a Chaser over those two?
So since all of these cars are basically the same underneath the JZX chassis, and they all just looked different, and in the UAE I've seen a lot of like Mark IIs, and Crestas I've not seen actually, but the Chasers appeal, the look is what got me, and I was like, yeah, I want a Chaser.
That's awesome.